Do you know that the government is actually using your social media to target and profile and investigate you if you are worthy enough to be given the visa or not? With the recent case of Israel occupying Gaza and the war between Israel and Gaza, many countries actually experience unrest by extreme protesters in the name of being Muslim, in the name of whatever the case may be, are actually clamping down on government agencies, and governments do not always forget. They are actually trying to forestall such kind of occurrence by limiting the people they give their visas to, and that is why you will see some news online currently that the UK, Canada, or whatever the case may be, are actually rejecting permanent residency for Muslim students. We have cases of students who actually close down institutions in different institutions and campuses in the United States and in other states as well. We have cases of riot in Germany, cases of riot, extreme riot in France, and the likes. And so the government is actually trying to clamp down on a lot of this situation. And one of the things that they are doing to investigate this issue is to check social media, because that is where most of the protests actually start from. That is where people gather support and the likes. And it may interest you to also know that Canada, the UK may also start using this kind of scenario to cut down immigration, because Canada and UK, these two countries that people go through, have also decided that they are going to cut immigration by a large number. So one of the things that they will do is to actually look for whatever the case may be that may disqualify an applicant or someone who wants to get permanent residency. So these are some of the things that we do. And for countries like Germany, like France, some other top countries, they are trying to forestall the extreme protests that some people carried out. It's not actually Muslims that carried out some of the protests, but some people under the guise of this kind of a thing try to amplify their extremism under Muslim. Some people in the UK trying to advocate for Sharia law in the UK. So a lot of these things actually brings into play that governments have to be wise enough to make sure to know the type of people they are giving their visas to. And I will tell you how the government is actually using this social media, how they are actually using it to investigate, and what to look out for, what not to look out for, what to do and what not to do in this video. So the social media is actually a very powerful tool that the government is actually using in an attempt to deny people visa into their country, to even deny people permanent residency, to deny people citizenship. The US is actually the top in this kind of regard. There are different cases of the FBI. There are cases about the US immigrant officers opening fake social media accounts in an attempt to gather information, post a comment, post an article and the likes, all those kind of things. And of course, the social media says this actually goes against the general practice and guideline of the social media. This is what the government majorly do. Even though you may think you are actually chatting in your local language online, what you post, you may think it's in your local language. There's actually a software that the government use which actually supports even above 7,000 languages that can translate whatever it is that you are saying. And some of this software does not really have context base. Sometimes you may say, okay, we are going to destroy the party, we are going to bomb the party. All those kind of words are something that may be flagged by that kind of a thing. And sometimes you need to know that Google also index people's posts and they like some things on social media. Even if you delete it, Google might have indexed it and you may not really have the opportunity to finally delete the index on Google request on Google server. So you need to be actually very careful about what you post. So there are a few major ways that the government actually do this profiling. So one of the ways that the government monitor your social media is actually to check the videos that you watch on YouTube. There is something called session. When you browse through a website or whatever it is, session is actually what you did, what you click, what you stay on, the likes. And one thing that I used to say is that the phone that you are actually holding actually do two things. You are watching the phone and the phone is also watching you. And the phone actually knows more about you than you think the phone knows. The phone knows more about you. The data that's being gathered by your phone actually is explain more about you than even you know about yourself, because a lot of things we do them unconsciously. But the phone that you actually hold, it knows about all the unconscious actions you are taking, the unintentional actions you are taking, and it really knows what you love to see, what you don't like to see, with great accuracy, people behind the data that your phone is collecting can actually predict the political party you are supporting. They know when you move from point A to point B. A lot of things are monitored actually. So your phone knows you more than you think your phone knows you. And imagine the data being sent to someone. So the government actually do this profiling by even giving it out to third parties who we actually are very, very qualified in this regard, and then they will profile you, investigate you through your social media. So they always check the videos that you watch online on YouTube, the videos that you like, the videos you comment, what you comment, and the likes. So YouTube is part. And also one other thing they do as well is your social media, your Facebook, the groups you join on Facebook. What are the type of groups you join? What are the type of posts you like? What are the things that even you yourself you are posting? Are you posting about enmity with the government? Are you posting about protest? Are you posting about this or that? Of course, there is freedom to free protest and the like, but what type of protest are you supporting and the likes? What are you posting? And some of the things that people used to people shoot themselves in the leg is consistency. When what in your interview, maybe you are being interviewed, when you are being interviewed, when your response is not actually in tandem with what you are posting online or what you believe to represent online. So that's why you have to make sure that your representation is single. That is what you represent online and what you also say in your application, or there's no major difference. For example, someone who many people actually cut corners around this, and they say they are married just to go on a dependent visa with someone to the UK or whichever country, and then when their social media is checked, it's not a real marriage, it's a falsified marriage just to get dependent visa. And they may look at your profile on Instagram or on Facebook. You are someone that haven't posted about whatever happens in your life, these most simple things that happen in your life. You post about them, and then you now claim you are married, and then there's no picture of you being married. There's no picture of your engagement. There's no picture of your proposal. There's no picture of your marriage to the person that you say you are married to. This actually creates a discrepancy between your activity online and then that major activity that happened in your life, and you refuse to post it. So that actually is like a red flag. So you have to be very careful what you post online, and even if you delete some things, even if you make some things private, when you make them private, of course they may not be able to see some things if you make them private, but of course what is private is still not entirely private, and even what you delete is still not entirely deleted. If you are being seen as a threat, I'm sure the case can be escalated, and no social media will actually deny the government when they say something is related to national security and they need to conduct further check. So you should know you have to be very careful about what you post. And I'm saying it again, it's not a way to get around government agencies or the likes, but for you just not to do things without restraint, for you not to just do things without thinking deep about what you are doing, because those things may actually shoot you, may be shooting yourself in the leg. And so you have to be very careful about that. And another thing that the government often do is when you get to the border, sometimes they collect your phone and check your messages, your social media, and sometimes you are entering the US, the Canada, or the UK on a visitor visa, and then they collect your phone and they see that you are already talking with somebody about getting married. You are talking to somebody about looking for work and the likes. Maybe you're talking to a friend that you're coming there, you're looking for work. This actually is something that speaks against the intention of you visiting the country, because at the border they have the sole prerogative of allowing you into the country or denying you access. So this is some other thing that they actually do at the border. So if they collect your phone, they may actually check this kind of things out to ensure that what you are posting or what you are chatting about is not in contrast with the intention of coming into the country. So social media is something that we actually give you out. Some things you post long time ago can actually come back to haunt you. They wouldn't say it's actually, the government just looking for they want to cap immigration in many countries. So if something actually speaks against you, so that is actually like a minus on your side. So you want to be careful with your social media, what you put out there. Make sure you put out what truly represents you. If you are not a member of ISIS, you don't need any reason of joining ISIS or checking ISIS posts and the like. Of course, you can check it, but just be careful whatever you do, and offer your voice to what you think is necessary to you, what is important to you. So that's what I want to share with you in this video on the aspect of how social media has been used by government officials all across the world in an attempt to profile people, investigate people, and to determine if they are going to give them their visa or not. So this opportunity news, we are talking about opportunities, how to travel abroad, advancing your career, and how to take global opportunities and advance your career. Hopefully see you in subsequent videos. This is opportunity news.